Yo guys, what's going on? Hope you're having a freaking amazing day. So today we're going to speak a little bit about minefields and how to set them up. Um, Minefields are very important in modern day combat to completely stop or uh, prevent the enemy from capturing a certain point. And that's what I try to emulate within my map that I'm busy with at the moment. And I was like, wait a minute, is minefields actually possible? And yes, it is. And producing some randomness to it and not making it feel what's the word, organized in a sense, making it can't speak, sorry, making it feel as if it was just chucked and left there. So that's exactly what we're gonna do today. So first things first, you want to come down to your resource manager and search up mine, just mine. You want to come down to mine underscore TM62 because that's what they would be using in Ukraine. I don't think so. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. First things, what we want to do is, as we can see, this little screwy thing, it's not screwed in. We want to screw that thing in, that the detonator, the trigger thing. We want to screw it in. So how we do that is we come down to object properties, we select the mine, generic, object properties, come down to base trigger components, gonna set that to trigger alive. Now you'll see that the trigger isn't in there yet, but we need to activate this first. We need to tell the mine that yes, you are alive. So that's, now we've screwed it in. And now we need to say trigger alive as well, right there. So pressure trigger component needs to have trigger alive selected, live selected, and in the base trigger component, it needs to be trigger alive as well. Down here, you can set the minimum weight of vehicles. So I'm going to set that to 100. Now I've tested it for personnel. It doesn't work. However, if you guys can figure it out, it would be great if you can let me know how you did that. Because all you need, if you figured out how to set it off at a when a character or a player steps on the mine, all you need to do to turn it into a anti-personnel mine is you will just have to make a anti-personnel mine in Blender, model the mine, import it into Infusion, come up to my mesh object, replace the object, just replace it, drag and drop the mine which you created in Blender. You're gonna have to set up the mine first and make it a prefab, and then you'll be able to drag and drop it in here, and then replace the textures, and yeah, then you should have a anti-personnel mine. But me personally, I haven't figured it out yet, but if you do figure out, one of you guys, just let me know. So secondly, what we want, now that I've shown you guys how to set up one mine, let's set up a mine field, a field of active mines. So let's do that. Okay, deleting this mine right here, you want to come up to the object brush right here. Now what this brush allows you to do is paint objects, trees, bushes, you name it, anything in the vehicle that's anything in the game that's a prefab, you can paint that. And what is a prefab is mines. So as you can see here on the right hand side, it's not activated, but I'll show you how to activate all the mines at once just with ease. So on the right hand side, you can check the radius. You can increase the radius, right? Or decrease the radius. I'm gonna set mine to 30, as I do have 2 big fields to cover. And you can set the strength of the mine, or of the, not the mine, sorry, of the brush. So we can increase that to about 30, 20. You don't want too many mines. You don't want to make it impossible for someone to drive through the minefield. However, you want to make it very likely that they will hit a mine if they do drive through the mine, through the, oh my goodness, through the field. So let's have a look here. Min scale, don't worry too much about this. This is all, just leave everything default. We're looking for a avoid objects, yes, check that. Avoid roads and rivers and power lines if you've got that. Avoid forests, avoid lakes, also selected. So now all we need to do is place them. With left click, selecting, you'll see that there were 6 mines that were created in this area, in the circle, and then we just go ahead and randomly select areas on here just to create your defensive line. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Coming over here, selecting this area over here, there, that one. And the best way to test it is to send AI through the minefield and see how they perform. So what we want to do now is select left click on top mine, scroll all the way to the bottom, select these mines like so. Okay, and now you should see them all scattered around. If you find an open spot that is too big, just left click there. What I mean with too big is, like, for example, right here, left click. But you still want to give the players a opportunity of getting through the minefield. However, their buddies in the car next to them or behind them might take a little turn and accidentally run over a mine. So you want that, I don't know what the English word is, but you want that uncertainty. Okay, great stuff. Now you don't want to ruin the player's experience, so I would recommend these minefields, keep them to a minimum. However, mines in general in certain areas could make playing the game quite interesting. So yeah, Control S to save, and then we've selected one mine. So going into the object properties, all we have to do now is left click trigger alive, live, and base trigger component. Voila. And now, as you can see, all the mines have got the red little dot, which is pretty cool. Control save, and then going into your play. Okay, going into play, I have got a laggy game, 9 FPS. Okay, there we go, that's better. Let's select, send in these poor guys, one in a jeep, and let's see how they fare. So we know that the minefield is around here. Selecting these poor guys. And sending them off into... let's say this guy needs to go there. This guy needs to go there. Over there. And this guy needs to go there. Awesome. So we just saw that the possibility of getting through the minefield is there. However, if you take a wrong turn, like these poor guys, there's a chance that you earn those guys, that you will hit a mine. And that's exactly what you want, right? You want that uncertainty. Am I gonna hit the mine, or am I not gonna hit the mine if I drive through here? So that is what you want. And yeah, hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. Sorry, I'm just having too much fun here. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and you enjoyed it. And please let me know if you do figure out how to set the minimum weight of the mine, because that would be a game changer for anti-personnel mines within the minefield as well, or in certain areas of a trench even. That'd be cool. So yeah, guys, stay safe, and like, subscribe for more content. Comment if you got any questions, and yeah. Have a great one. See you later. Cheers.